Okay, so this was a viewer deck submission here for a mono black control core. We've got some Invoke Despairs and some Ugin and some Golos and some Sorin as our card advantage top end. We got a bunch of interactive bits down here at the bottom. We've got some kind of board presence to round us out in the middle. And we got a couple of Ritual of Soots here between the main and some extra on the board for some sweepers. This original deck submission was actually a historic deck, but there were only 2 cards that weren't Explorer legal in it. There were 2 copies of Mindstone, and I think Explorer is definitely a lower power level format that makes it a little bit more friendly towards brews like this. So I've cut the Mindstone to fit in a couple of other things, and let's play some games with this in Explorer and see how it feels. I think specifically being on a bunch of Invoke Despairs in Explorer is probably a reasonable place to be, because a lot of the format is like red-black mid-range, and this card is very good at grinding folks out. What's going on, Can's right? Thanks for 29 months. Welcome back. Any thoughts on Murder Threat over Hero's Downfall? Yeah, I looked at that. Remember, we're kind of a control deck at our core, so like having extra life to give up isn't something we're necessarily... Having extra life points to give up for a removal spell on 3 isn't something we're necessarily going to be doing. Have the space to be doing. I don't know. If you played, did you watch our Historic set yesterday? Historic was really good yesterday when we played it. We played Tarmogoyf for almost 2 hours and did not feel embarrassed by the end of it. Oh, you know what? Kalitas is probably a banger suggestion, huh? Let's do that real quick. Kalitas technically has synergy with Ritual of Soot too. How greedy is it to cut my 2/2 drops and play 2 more 4 drops? Probably pretty greedy. Do I do it anyways? I'm gonna do it anyways. Alright, sick. We're gonna hit our 3rd land on 3. That's all you could really ask for, chat. Step on me, Daddy. Let's go take this trade. I think the opponent's deck is the beatdown in this matchup. We just want to try to stay alive. Fable the Mirror Breaker is gonna let them rummage, and then also 2-for-1 us to spend 2 removal spells on it. Hopefully they deploy something else out to the board, and then Ritual of Soot will let us clean the Fable plus something else. What's going on, Salami? Thanks for the 14 months. Welcome back. Alright, wish granted. I'll have to take 1 chunk here, but I think that's fine. They put like a Planeswalker or something for us to Hero's Downfall. Nope. Alright, so long, friends. Face is thoroughly stepped on. Gonna be March of the Wretched Sorrow to gain a bunch of life on the Bone Crusher. It's pretty unfortunate. We have X's 6 here currently. We really need a piece of card advantage. Hey, what's going on, JMK? Thank you for the 51 months. Welcome back. Goif is playable? I mean, I don't know about playable. I would use the descriptor I used a moment ago was I didn't feel embarrassed. I'm always pretty hesitant to say anything too terribly strongly after one session, but didn't feel embarrassed is better than I was expecting, to say the least. I'm just gonna go ahead and Hero's Downfall this now. I don't want to like do it at their end of turn and then have them kill my Glutton in response, and then they get to, you know, kill it and get a zombie. It's the best new card that we should all craft for is what I just heard. Yes, exactly. So you understand. Glad we could clear that up for you. I think I just killed this, right? Ooh, a piece of candy. That's exactly what we've been waiting for here. Hey, thanks for the 44 months, Arno. It feels incredibly satisfying to be bigger fishing this red-black deck. We're going to prioritize exiling the Kalitas here as opposed to the others. They could be a Kate Command deck. I am doing well, Lucas. Happy Friday. Now, if they trade with Graveyard Trespasser, I get a 2/2. They're down to 4, and I have a Hive here. Ugin sounds lovely. I think this is a Thoughtseize matchup. I think it's a Ritual of Soot matchup. I guess Soul Shatter is pretty okay. Maybe I want some Soul Shatter rather than all the Soots. Because Shatter clears out their Graveyard Trespassers in a 1-for-1 manner, which is nice. Happy with the rest. Pretty happy to leave Soul Guide and Cling both in my deck because they have Dreadhorde Arcanist on top of likely Croxas. We played Gonti. That's an interesting thought. I am partial to some Gons. It's on the list of things that I enjoy doing. I'm gonna take this hit here. I'm gonna hold on to the Soul Shatter in case they play a 3-drop. If they do nothing, I'm just gonna go ahead and cast it though. You can always tell the format on this stream by looking at the deck list name on the overlay, and there's an E or an H in it. There's ever any confusion when you're looking. I want to try and play this out onto a more empty board. I really don't want to play it out while they have 3 mana up, so I think I just pass here, and then we'll march the Blood Tithe Harvester, then probably cling something this turn. know. Might be greedy to draw a card with this as opposed to trying to gain some life, but, you know. Greed, for a lack of a better term, as well. Good.
No cost is too great.
Alright, sick. As our shot did a land drop there. Our greed was appropriately rewarded, as is often the case in capitalism. That's weird. Does Untap not have the deck list name? Thought it usually has the deck name. Weird, it doesn't. Strange. Must be. Maybe it's bugged with this patch. G2K Dragon, thank you for the 27 months. Welcome back. And draw a card here, I think. 7 mana, so we can Kalitas, so we can Hero's Downfall.
Whatever.
I feel like there's a strong chance this dies before it does something this turn. Maybe I was right to just Ritual of Soot, honestly. The upside to this living is that Den of the Bugbear doesn't get to attack me, though, which is nice. Okay, well that's sick. Wait. They played out the Dreadhorde Arcanist knowing I had Ritual of Soot? Friendo. Friendo. Mistakes were made, Chip. Oh, honey. Oh, honey. Well, get in the box, Rakdos. In the box. All right, so for those that didn't see what happened there before my opponent conceded, Rakdos, what's it called? Or Kalitas has the ability to let it sacrifice its vampires and zombies. So, can we talk about this for a moment? One of my buddies pointed this out to me. Peak Magic Arena is this advertisement for Historic Anthology 6, and 2 of the 3 cards in this picture aren't in Historic Anthology 6. These are Explorer Anthology 1. Jelly Bean! I'm glad your offer got accepted. Thanks for the 29 months in the tier 2. Hope your whole process goes smoothly. I keep this in the dark. They're an aggro deck. We've got some tools. If they're not an aggro deck, we'll have time to draw their cards. Alright, they are not an aggro deck, and we are not going to have time to draw some cards yet. My body is ready to top right to a what's it called next turn. Maybe they won't have the Gear Hulk or the creativity on curve. Great, well, no creativity this turn. Do we draw a Cling or a, what's it called? So far, no. Hey, fun, Fupasa. My favorite age in my younger children's lives is when they turn 2, because that's when you get to stop counting in months. You just do years. You do like 2.5, but it's no longer 9 months, 11 months, 17 months. Ooh, piece of candy. Being able to negotiate with them is a good step up too. I agree with that. Would you like to trade reflection for my Kalitas? You would not, Sedge. Oh, they're both terrifying. I guess we take... I'll take that one. Alright, so the attack is a Magma Opus before blocks then? Maybe I'm supposed to wait and pick this back up. Being the case. Man, where's my Bajuka Bog shit? Bajuka Bog. I'll grab the castle in case we live long enough for that to be relevant. I mean, feel that wouldn't even be good here, right? I have 5 swamps in play. I really want to hit an untapped land so we can cast this without getting censored next turn. Consider this. Cycle your censor. God bless you, Basic Swamp. You're a hero, Basic Swamp. I love you, Basic Swamp.
Return to the essence.
Oh man, they still haven't hit Gear Hulk? Okay, well, shoot. I think that was the breathing room we needed, right? Because we have Cling to dust up now.
I take no joy in the slaughter.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing on Innistrad is free.
Is that a rap chat? Feels like a rap to me. Silence, mortals. You got him. He's dead.
I leave you to your doom.
My ways are not weak.
I prioritize exiling the good spells out of their bin here still. Hashtag sometimes lucky. Sometimes lucky, chat. So Duress comes in. Ugin comes in. Go Blank is lovely. Graveyard Trespasser is fine. Is this a Kalitas matchup? Probably not. Is Golos good here? They're a 4 Prismari command deck, right? Golos is probably bad. Leave a Kalitas in. Gonna Gandalf, thanks for the 2.5 years. Good morning and welcome back. Full Stroke is definitely much better against us than 3 mana leak. Interesting that they brought in other invoke targets. What's the link name? Oh, this is it's a historic deck. Drawing a card. I don't know. Could be right to draw a card there. They could have set it out creativity. I think push is fine here because like I need to kill these tokens, right? Even if they don't have creativity, those tokens gotta die. Get Sorin in through this counter spell is a big deal.
I am vengeance, bloody and righteous.
Bloody and righteous.
A fair trade.
Into the counter spell, deal a Reno.
You wish to know my secrets? Very well.
Chill for the turn. Chill for the turn. Well, I'm gonna Thoughtseize, actually. So Thoughtseizing this turn means I see one less card, but it means I'll get to Invoke Despair around Censor next turn, which is ideal. Take the Typhoon. Oh, shoot. I didn't realize they had Opus in there. I can't field and cling shit. I don't have enough mana for that.
Not be humiliated again. Nothing on Innistrad is free.
Or just dead. I ain't have any sequences to not be dead there, Tubos. It's like, might as well take a look at their hand. I was probably wrong to cycle the cling early when I did. I don't know, I really wanted to 4-drop that turn. No Censor there is great for us. I think without the land drawn to hold up Clang, we just pass here and chill. Two spells flips us back. Sure does. Yeah, I assume Dispute's still in their deck. This one like 3 mana leak. I'm aware of what happened, Wargy. I was watching the same game you were. I guess they're gonna get to discard with Fable. I was thinking they wouldn't have anything in their bin this turn, but that's actually not true because of Fable. So if they creativity this turn, we get into trouble. damn it. Yeah, the person that said they're not playing creativity, boy, I think that's super fucking wrong. I mean, obviously it's super fucking wrong here, but on average, the reason why their deck is good is because they have the ability to do that. I don't think bringing in Dimpins and keeping in creativity is weird at all. Any of those cards you're pretty happy to hit off of creativity, it's probably just a 5th threat. Yeah, it was unfortunate we missed a bunch of land drops in that game, but we probably win that with better sequencing. We take something different with the Thoughtseize in the second game. I decide not to tap out in the third game and just keep attacking. I probably should have put the lantern down in the third game before I tapped out. Keep their Morton clean, so that way the Invoke Despairs are more likely to be able to clean up here. God, if we had untapped land next turn, we're in such a good spot. Yeah, nailed it. Having the strangest sense of deja vu, chat. Show me all secrets. Listen, chat, our opponent's simply getting to experience what we experienced yesterday trying to cast Siege Rhino in this format. Welcome to the bigger fish. There's a lot of people trying to go over the top of red-black mid-range in this format, which the net result basically means that, anything you try with the MZ deck also just gets going over the top of. And a bunch of cards that play to the board here. Never be the smaller mid-range deck as sage advice. Not if you're looking to win. Probably just cycling this on too. Try and hit those land drops. No, I don't expect any money that's been spent on Nexus events to get refunded. Based on how they effectively gave the people who spent money on the collection track changes a giant middle finger and nothing back, I expect the same to happen to people that spent money on Nexus events. They'll say it's a beta, thanks for your money, sucker. In less cheated / happier takes, I was actually genuinely surprised that they announced that they're going to be making changes to the Nexus events and rethinking their card acquisition model. Maybe I'm just super used to being got by Wizards of the Coast, but I was fully expecting the high price point on the Nexus events to just be a crummy price anchor. Yeah, Snap announced that based on the feedback on the Nexus events they got was overwhelmingly negative. They're scrapping the concept altogether and rethinking how card acquisition is going to work in the game for new card releases. Which was, honestly, like I said, just completely unexpected. I was thinking we'd see them simply slash the price by some small amount and call it good enough. But to be like, nah, we're gonna go back to the drawing board is actually, like, legitimately good. Yeah, it is a huge win for the players, for sure. They might be too focused on doing something different. I mean, they're doing something different not because they think they can be innovative. They're doing something different because they think they can make more money. Also, to be fair, the way their card game is structured, the way their card game is structured, they kind of need to be doing something different than traditional card games, right? Like, obviously, Nexus events weren't it, but, like, their game isn't Magic Arena or Hearthstone, where, like, they're gonna do a bunch of big set releases and have hundreds of cards released several times per year that you need to collect all of. Like, their goal is to have a small drip of single cards that could all potentially be impactful. Hey, Sethriel, thanks for the half year, welcome back. There's a post on my Twitter, Bell. Wandu Halls, please read in the Lego City announcer voice. I don't know what that means. The new anthology made Rakdos, Mid, and Azurius Control too powerful, quick, somewhat banned Winota again. I think a weekly rotation of 3 cards you could choose to purchase would be reasonable. Sure, I mean, there's a ton of things that are reasonable. It's just all of your reasonable suggestions don't maximize the amount of money they're going to extract from their player base. I'm not telling you your suggestion is bad. I'm telling you that it's not profitable enough for capitalism. Snap back to reality. Well, I get to crank the blast zone to 4 here.
Dire times call for
And then we die to the angels. It's like when people are like, why doesn't Magic Arena just let you pay a monthly subscription fee and have all of the cards? The answer to that question is simple. The amount they would have to charge for the monthly subscription fee in order to have it be more profitable than the current loot box system Magic Arena has is way more money than any of you are willing to spend. It's like when people complained, why don't they sell us wild cards directly? And then they put wild cards directly for purchase in the store, and everybody was just like shocked Pikachu at the price tag. It's like, I could have told you when they gave you the thing you wanted, you weren't gonna like the price of it. I'm fine playing this out here. They want to play a removal spell. They have to discard a card. Yeah, that's exactly correct. Everybody meant, why don't they sell us cheap wild cards in the store? Is accurate. Yeah, I'm gonna Kalitas just attack them for 3 here. Sounds nice. My verse has been vanished. And I'm getting a vanishing verse used on my Sorin, or my Kalitas opposed to my Sorin later. Kind of feels like a W for us. He's gonna play this and draw a card, I think. I don't really want to play Golos out, because that gives them a window to, like, Heartless Act me here. I don't want them to use their mana for the turn. They could have, like, another Vanishing Verse here, but they have to untap to cast that, so... You can do this right away. The wildcard bundle doesn't exist for people to actually buy it. The wildcard bundle is what we refer to in the gaming industry, especially the mobile gaming industry, as a price anchor. It exists to set expectations for the player base, what Wizards thinks you should value different things in their in-game economy at. And yeah, some people who have more money than sense will actually spend money on it at varying points, but its purpose to exist is not for people to actually buy it. People actually buying it is a happy accident that happens after the fact. I'll do some 4/4 shit. If by a lot you mean 2 in the same match by the same person, then sure. I guess that could technically be a definition of a lot. Blast Zone kills everything equal to its charge counter, so if you can take a charge counter off of it, it could potentially kill the angels. But no, without being able to take the charge counter off, we are up a creek without a paddle here. We have 3 Ritualists in our deck and an 8 mana Ugin. Hey, look, a distraction. Ratchet Bomb kills everything equal to the number of counters as well. I draw a card here because we get a fatal push for one of these angels. Or we can continue flooding while we die. It's a legitimate play line too. Soul Diviner as a blaster in the past. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Not really a whole lot to be done there. Put in true spells will be Drew lands. What's going on, Fizzy Dragon? Thanks for the 53 months. Welcome back. I'm not sure that Blaststone's actually a playable land. Having copies of Blaststone in our deck lost us the second game in that match because it made me unable to cast my Invoke Despair on curve. I think if there is anything to look back on that last match as things we had control over, it's maybe we had poor deck building in terms of our mana base. If we'd have been able to cast an Invoke on 5 in the second game, we probably win it. And instead we had a Blaststone that I'm probably never going to activate over the course of this set. Like maybe we could justify having one Blaststone to fish up with Golos on occasion for like niche situations in the late game, but... doesn't seem incredibly likely to be relevant. It's just like too slow and bad most of the time when it comes to impacting the board with it. I mean, even with Urborg, it's a pretty big liability. Like just because you put Urborg in your deck doesn't mean you draw it most of the games. A couple more castles could be okay. That's a pretty low cost of opportunity card because it comes into play untapped. I think there's a pretty big risk. I think there's a pretty big risk with putting too many tapped lands like Hive into my deck full of 4s and 5s. They hit a land next turn, going up feels bad, but if they hit a land next turn, going down also feels bad, so I'm just gonna draw a card.
Blood for knowledge. A fair trade.
Crawling Barrens doesn't tap for black, but like, at least it's a pretty playable Magic the Gathering card. Is the difference.
These wounds won't last.
Like I would wager we'd probably use more Crawling Barrens activations over the course of a set than we would what's it called? Well, that's great.
You wish to know my secrets? Very well.
So long, friends. To folks asking, yeah, I think we're gonna play the T-Bird deck today. I haven't fully decided yet. You want to kill the Mystic? No, I want to kill their things that kill my Planeswalker.
A fair trade.
Like, I would like my Planeswalker to live and take over the game, please. Thank you. The fact that our deck basically isn't playing creatures, we just like have 2 dead cards in hand here for the opponent is pretty huge.
My ways are not for the weak. Stay your hand, mortal. Nothing on Innistrad is free.
They're probably gonna spend their 2 cards to kill this, right? Oh, you know, I should probably prioritize taking creatures that might actually want to bring back there. I'm gonna have some kind of recursion in their 16.
These wounds won't last.
I've been really good at drawing us lands.
Dire times
Which is nice.
call for dire tactics. You wish to know my secrets? Very well.
I'm gonna fire up the Hive of the Eye Tyrant here, because if they want to fatal push this, then they're not fatal pushing Kalitas, so sign me up either way. It's garbage time. You don't have to go home, but you can't play here. Do 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 do. Yeah, angry press pick. A little surprised myself. So long, friend. Thanks for the zombie. Ooh, punted. Should have attacked first to play around Fatal Push. Missed a 6-point life swing there. Guess we'll make a zombie vampire friend now so we can threaten double blocks here. At any cost, chat. At any cost. My opponent agrees that taking 5 was the correct line. We're in agreement. Taking 5 is correct. Alright, extra sweepers against your land world's decks. So extra removal. We'll trim Soul Guide Lantern. We're gonna play Goif with Darcy today. We're gonna try some T-Burr. You have a link, press a pick? Someone else mentioned a red white deck, but I didn't get a link when they did. I'm not sure that Scissors is actually playable. We'll probably try it at some point, but Indestructible just ain't what she used to be. Goif isn't legal in Explorer. Unless you're talking about Historic, and then we played Jund with Goif yesterday. Check the YouTube VOD. That whole deck's Explorer illegal, huh? Even the sideboard? Ring of 3 Wishes isn't, I think? I always find it wild when people dedicate their literal entire sideboard to cards like Card. Sideboarding easy. It does make sideboarding easier. That's true. Stubborn Denial is not in Magic Arena yet. No. Alright, Chamber Sanctuary, like, isn't actually the end of the world because Invoke takes care of it. The sounds of silence, shit. It's funny, 4 of our 5 Doomblades in hand actually don't trigger this at the moment. These are a few of my favorite things. And this is only creatures, right? So I get to Heroes Downfall the Vivian here. And then we get to untap and Ritual of Soot, these two. A little sad if they draw a discard spell and I don't cast this right away, but cleaning their dorks out so they're encouraged to like play a creature seems pretty good here. My Cling to Dust is gone, you got me. Is the Ensoul deck good in Pioneer? I have no idea. Can you link something? There does not appear to be an Ensoul artifact deck in the top 10 deck lists listed on MTG Goldfish for Pioneer. So, no, it does not appear to be a playable thing. Sorry, not in the top 15. I'm really hoping that interest in... I'm really hoping that the Explorer Anthology goes over well and it gives Wizards a thumbs up that they need to prioritize getting Pioneer on the platform. Definitely. The most popular card editions I've experienced in a long time as far as content metrics go. Yeah, that's exactly what we were talking about, wondering that March kind of just like makes Ensoul not what she used to be. On one of our sources of card advantage here. Let this go ahead and declare itself as an attacker, so that way they can't use it to crew the hearse and save it. Pick up the Invoke. Well, this only picks up creatures and planeswalkers, so... In paper, you could pick up Invoke. On Magic Arena, you cannot. Chat, is our Blast Zone gonna do something? I'm excited. That's a good question. I think the Historic deck was still less viewed than Explorer. What did our metrics look like? No, I'm a liar. The Tarmogoyf deck was definitely the most viewed yesterday. Although I only posted one Historic, and I posted 2 Explorer decks, so it's hard to fully measure. I'm surprised Thing in the Ice wasn't in the what's it called? That would have been a good card to get onto this platform. Would have been a good both historic and explorer staple. All right, well, they're dead to another invoke off the top, which is nice. It's 2 out of 38 to kill them. Nice, nice. Nice, nice. Okay, so solidly ahead. Opponent's build feels a little weird to me. Like, they have a bunch of mid-rangey elements, but then are also an Elvish Mystic deck. Elvish Mystic doesn't really fit well into shells like this, where you're trying to, like, 1-for-1 and grind. It's like... It's not a individually good card. Yes, I agree that Eidolon and the Great Revolt would be a welcome addition as well. I think I'm gonna YOLO this with my 4 mana. Okay, you know what? We missed there, but we also just binned 3 lands, so I'm gonna call that a victory overall. Working as intended. Price of Progress, get out of here. I think Price of Progress is a card that's like almost Blood Moon levels of offensive. You should stop and get some help. That card's super obnoxious. All right, let's tune up our mana base a little bit. I guess our Blastone technically killed a hearse there, not that it mattered, but this Boil okay, get out of here. You want my line on land take cards that are okay. Burning Earth is where I draw the line, shit. It's my line in the sand is Burning Earth. This is an okay card that's hostile to lands people are putting into play. Choke is like a step above Boil to like set a low bar. Choke is less offensive than Boil. Speaking of old channel Fireball links that are now discontinued, it's wild that they got bought up by TCG Player. Channel Fireball getting absorbed into someone else, Star City selling more than just Magic the Gathering cards. Times are changing, chat. Big scared, big scared. I would say it looks like they're playing Feather, but they're playing Wellspring here, which means they don't have Feather. For card game vendors, either Embrace Commander or Died. Yeah, definitely. Definitely feels like a lot of, competitive paper Magic stuff just all struggle to recover. Really happy to just 1-for-1 my Ritual of Soot here, especially with an Invoke Despair in hand. The 1-for-1 shall continue until morale is at an all-time low. So this one's much better than a 1-for-1 though. Invoke Despair is such an aptly named card, chat. It's just like, and for my next trick, you will be very sad. Probably not a Graveyard Trespasser matchup. Probably not a Soul Guide Lantern matchup. They might be an Arcanist deck, so maybe this is fine. Why are you trying to Invoke Despair? I'm already playing Magic Arena. Do I need more of it? Why you gotta twist the knife? Yeah, maybe they'll give us a card that's Invoke Game Sounds at some point, so we'll actually be able to hear what's going on. I mean, Magic Arena is still hands down the best way to play digital Magic the Gathering, and it's not particularly close. It always makes me chuckle when some Magic the Gathering online sympathizer pipes up on one of my posts complaining about Magic Arena, letting me know that they think Magic Online is better. It's like, listen, bud, some of us have thousands of hours in both of these applications, and oh my god, fuck. I was talking and clicking at the same time, and I thought I was picking one to pick one card from my hand, but it was definitely X. It was definitely X. We have unsuccessfully user interfaced. Feels, speaking of Magic the Gathering Arena. Cast Invoke Despair targeting myself. I don't know, as someone who played like an unhealthy amount of paper Magic too, MTGO fails to generate paper Magic experience a lot of ways too, honestly. For a long time when I was grinding, I didn't touch it. No Titan Strength there is great for us. Need to say goodbye to the friends here. We might be able to recover from pitching a card to just gain a life. Just go ahead and do this. Once we drew Soul Shatter to deal with this. They have Reckless Rage in their deck post-board against me? That's gotta be wrong. Alright, so untapped land lets us Sorin and Soul Shatter. That's gonna blast on the Soul Garbage here, I think. Since we can't double spell anyways. Hey, what's going on? It's your boot. Thanks for the quarter of year. Welcome back. Morning, good morning. I think just elevator going up here and head to 13. Or head to 7 to deal 13, I should say. A Danto Vanguard. There's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Drawing a card with this is almost assuredly greedy, but, you know, greed, for lack of a better term, as well, is good. Yeah, you should, Coral. Okay, so I would like to Hero's Downfall, your Dreadhorde Arcanist. And then I would like to Shatter your soul, denying you the card draw with Defiant Strike. It's closing time. You don't have to go home, but you can't play here. Do 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 do. I have found a cost that is too great, chat. Forgive me, chat, for I am a coward. You're a coward, they don't have bird. They could have haste creatures, though. We know they have 10th District. They're dead, right? Invoke into Sorin Ultimate. Sorin's Unite move is ready to go. Oh, speaking of Pokemon Unite and Unite moves, for anybody that follows tournament coverage stuff for them, they updated their spectator client, so it now includes the ability to see which players on which teams have their Unite moves ready to go and who doesn't. It's so weird working with a company that not only has a spectator client in their application, but also listens to feedback that we give on features it should have. It's kind of weird. Unite has a spectator client? Yeah, it's had a spectator client since like the second week it was out. And they've been doing tournaments. So their current season is on a bit of a short pause while we wait for their Worlds tournament. So Pokemon Worlds is in London August 19th and 20th. And Pokemon Unite will be a part of their tournament series there. I believe Pokemon Worlds this year is Pokemon Unite, Pokemon Go, Pokemon VGC, and Pokemon TCG. I believe it's 4. No, there's a Pokemon fighting game too, right? I think is a 5th. Thoughtseize to start here. I think I'd rather play the Golos deck, press pick. That looks like guess. They're sunsetting Pokemon Tekken after this year. Makes sense. Okay, I'm gonna do this correctly this time. X is 5. Pitch these. Target you. No Pokemon Arceus. Yeah, Arceus, I believe Arceus technically isn't considered a mainline Pokemon game, so they didn't move VGC over to that. It is press pick. Fifth land sounds perfect. Yeah, Arceus, I think calling Arceus a tech demo seems accurate. Because the Scarlet Violet in the fall for Pokemon is going to be a similar open world style thing, right? Thanks for the sub gifts, press a pick. I'd be happy to kick the tires on some mono red. Still a land short of activating Golos here. Show me your secrets. Yeah, I'm about at the same spot on VGC Tang. I played a little bit of it, and I really like the strategy and depth of play in Pokemon video game competition, but the time it takes to assemble reasonable teams is a little bit restrictive. I'll be interested to see what innovations they have in that area in Scarlet Violet in the fall, because it definitely feels like they've made Pokemon VGC easier to get into with each release. Like Sword and Shield had some good changes in it, and hopefully Scarlet Violet will have more. Yeah. Agree. Ouch. Yeah, but like that's just like not the same. It doesn't give me the experience I want, right, Citrus? I want to be able to like brew and change things easily, not like log into eBay and buy a team every time I want to try something new. All right, so Soul Guide and Graveyard Trespasser out here. Bring in some removal spells. I didn't realize they did animations on Arena anymore. Yep. I'll be right back, chat. I have to fill my water bottle up. Look at that. Perfect timing. I think I can keep a hand with no removal spells in this matchup. YOLO. That's it. Easy game. It's like we drew it up. Magic is a skill-based game. Do-da, do-da. Bum 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 ba da da dum. Do 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 do. Bum 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 ba da da dum. Cavalier Flames plus Beer Breaker, yeah. Explorer and Historic on Arena, at least, definitely both feel like how badly can you abuse Fable the Mirror Breaker, the formats? Definitely seems like one of the most pushed cards at the moment. It was funny, we were building the Jund deck in Historic yesterday, and I was like looking at Fable the Mirror Breaker, and I was like, wait, Seasoned Pyromancer is legal in this format. And I was like looking at both of the cards, and I was like, huh, Fable of the Mirror Breaker is just better than Seasoned Pyromancer, isn't it? Which felt like such a weird conclusion to come to, because like Seasoned Pyromancer is just like such a crazy powerful card. We didn't have room for both. I ended up playing Wellspring instead. Is Historic Brawl ever going to be back on the menu? I don't think so. So 2 reasons I bounced off of Brawl. One, metrics for it are only okay. But 2, the actual gameplay in Historic Brawl ended up in a place that I just wasn't super excited about. There are way too many Magic the Gathering players that haven't touched grass in a long time that sit there and play mono counterspell decks in a format that's supposed to be casual and for fun. And I guess I won't yuck your yum or whatever if you're really into that, but showing up with the 60 counterspell deck in the Historic Brawl queue is just like kind of ruins the experience for me. Just have no interest in playing against that in what's supposed to be a fun format. Yeah, and the people saying, like, you just concede to the blue commanders, like, me just conceding half or a third of the matchups just isn't good content. People turn that off and go watch something else. Prioritize, exiling Angers, and then cards they might flash back with Arcanist. It's closing time. You don't have to go home, but you can't play here. Do 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 do. Yeah, it's all. I mean, the matchmaking priority definitely makes it commander based, but like the last 3 or 4 Brawl commanders we played were mostly blue decks. All right, let's let Mono Black kick the tires one more time here, and then we're gonna roll from Mono Black control into Mono Red control, chat. Have you seen the Jund Storm deck in Historic Precipice? It's like the Explorer deck, but it's just more consistent because it gets to play the digital card. That's another enabler. I mean, for what it's worth, Toastmaster, I don't even mind most of the tier 0 decks in Brawl. Like the Golos and whatever are like fine for me to play against. It's the like kind of like tier 1.5, tier 2 mono blue and blue red commanders, like the Niv Mizzets and the Barals of the format that make Historic Brawl not particularly fun for me personally. Our hand's actually pretty good here. We've got Cling to gain life. We've got Graveyard Trespasser. We've got some Invokes here. I get to push Bernie Sanders off a cliff. They added it always same targets. Yeah, that would be nice. Untapped land is lovely. I am once again asking for the top card of your deck. Look at my lovely 4/4 here, chat. I get the attack. I am taking the trade. Oh, that's interesting. So, I attack of the Firebrands too. Do I take the trade? Probably not. Okay, I mean, this could definitely be worse for us. I really wish this card was prohibitive to re-equip. I think Cleave's, like, really close to being a fine design. If it just, like, cost more than trivial amounts of mana to reattach afterwards. We're only going to 7 here, and then even if they have another creature, I have Fatal Push. And with the March of Wretched Sorrow here and a bunch of lands, we're gonna have a real shot here. Alright, if we can dodge a haste creature, we can dodge a ball here. Alright, en route to stabilization, shit. Dear opponent, please don't lightning strike my dome. Dear opponent, please don't lightning strike my dome. Alright. It's garbage time. You don't have to go home, but you can't play here. I'm honestly impressed that we stabilized that shit. That was kind of sick. Kind of impressed, not gonna lie. All of our varying life gain elements just coming in super clutch there. It's your boy, garbage time. Trim our Thoughtseizes, trim our lanterns, bring in some more sweepers of removal, click submit. Could have marched after first strike damage to gain life from your Kalitas. That's not true. Kalitas deals regular damage. I mean, to be fair, if our opponent went 4 land stop, they wouldn't have attacked with their creature land, right? And they also wouldn't have had enough mana to, like, get the cleave down at the opportune time. All right, X is 3, pitch Ritual of Soot, target you. I see people talking about the superior Pokemon VGC releases from when we were children. And I would just like to let people know that I woke up this morning and chose violence. So Pokemon Crystal is 21 years old today. In case you were wondering how you should feel about yourself. I'm gonna go give mine a drink. Pokemon Crystal was the Pokemon version that I played the most of as a small child, Chip. That's one of them Zoomer Pokemon games, not quite. It's a little unfortunate that Etchings is an enchantment in the bin, because Graveyard Trespasser can't gain life off of it. Pokemon Crystal is so old that if you played it when you came out, please remember to take your naproxen for your back pain. LOL. I have a shiny Suicune in Pokemon Go, and it's one of my favorite catches. It's also one of my favorite characters in the Pokemon IP. This deck ended up feeling pretty good, shit. One of the matches we lost, I just completely spiked games 2 and 3 into the garbage can because I'm an idiot who plays like garbage sometimes. And then one of the other ones we lost, we kind of lost to our mana base being bad, and we cleaned that up a little bit. I'm still not sure that 1 Blast Zone is even worthwhile, but 2 was definitely bad. Castle Locthwain was excellent at multiple points throughout that set, so I definitely like going up to 3 of them. Kalitas was lovely, especially alongside Ritual of Soot as our sweeper that doesn't kill it. The mix of interaction down here, these 2 March of the Wretched Sorrow were excellent at varying points for stabilizing our life total and being an efficient removal spell that we could give up extra cards to, but I don't think I'd want to play more of them. But yeah, this is good. I like it. If you're looking for some mono black in Explorer, it seems like a reasonable thing to try. And speaking of mono colored decks in